Mark Abrams here. Let's go down to Dallas, Texas, and I have a very special guest on the line. A gentleman making his professional debut this Saturday. Asa Stevens. He'll be in one of the events on the Ryan Garcia, Luke Campbell undercard this Saturday in Dallas. Asa, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, man? We're out here in the bubble. I just took the COVID test, so we gotta wait for the results tomorrow. So I'm isolated in my hotel room right now.
Okay, so I know you flew in this morning from Hawaii. How was the flight and everything coming over?
It was a 7-hour flight, but it was a good flight. I slept most of the ride.
You're a better man than me because I can never sleep on flights. I don't know how you do it. So we got your pro debut. Before we get into your pro debut, I just want the fans out there maybe learn a little bit about yourself. Tell us a little bit about yourself. How long you've been boxing? What age did you start boxing? And I know you had a very decorated amateur career.
Yeah, so I'm from Waianae, Hawaii. I live out there currently. I started boxing when I was 10 years old. And I started boxing when I was 10 years old. And since then, I haven't stopped. I started going to national tournaments when I was 14. And then, as the years went by, I started getting more into into the boxing scene, meaning in the going on bigger tournaments, joining the USA team and stuff like that. And then after joining the USA boxing team, after making it on the team, we traveled around the world to Hungary, and that's where I won the gold medal in the Worlds.
So you got the pro debut on Saturday. I always like to ask pro debuters this question: nervous, excited, little of both?
Little of both. Is a mix.
I'm sure you've been dreaming and thinking about this moment for a long time. Tell me your thoughts just about, finally, I know you've been scheduled a few times to debut, and obviously with the COVID situation and a lot of the fights and shows being postponed and canceled, obviously it's been pushed back a couple times. Tell me that it's finally here. Tell me what your thoughts are.
Well, now that it's finally here, it takes a lot of pressure off of me. We've been waiting for a long time, since March. I was supposed to fight in March, and then the COVID came, and then we thought we would fight in May, but we didn't know how bad this pandemic would hit us, and it kept pushing more farther and farther. But now that we're fighting this Saturday, it's a lot of relief. And finally I get to go out there and show the world what I'm capable of.
Gotcha. So what do you know about your opponent? I know you're fighting a guy who's had about 10 fights or so. I think you're fighting a guy, Bonilla, right?
Bonilla, yeah. He got like 17 fights. Yeah.
17 fights. I knew he was a veteran of the ring. What are your thoughts about fighting a guy who's been in there a little bit?
He looks like a pretty durable, tough opponent, and he obviously has the professional experience over me. But I feel like I fought a lot of fighters all over the world that have given me many different looks and got me prepared to fight this guy. I've seen different looks and I fought great fighters, so I feel like that prepared me a lot to step in there with a guy with 17 fights.
Describe your style out there for the fans who, obviously we haven't seen you as a professional, but for some of the fans out there, what can they expect in terms of your style when we see you on Saturday? Did we lose you? Your picture's frozen. Hold on one sec. I think we lost Asa. Hold on.
You can expect
here we go.
Hello?
Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, you guys.
Must be having some audio problems in the bubble. We lost you for a second. You still there, Asa?
Yeah.
There you go. There we see you. Yeah. So let's hear about your style.
flashy counter puncher. I like to mirror my opponent. I like to see what he's doing, adapt to what he's doing. I like to counter him and hit him where he can't see it. With quick and fast punches. I also can work on the inside if I have to, if I feel comfortable. I can switch it up. But we're just gonna go out based upon how he fights, and then we'll see how it works out.
Gotcha. Signed with the split team management, obviously. What's they're the top management company out there. Just won some world titles. Teofimo Lopez, Kaylee Reese won world titles. A lot of great young fighters, and you fit nicely into that. I'm sure, and I don't know if you know some of the younger fighters. You probably appeared with them in some tournaments, correct?
Yeah. There's Ota Jones. I believe Ota Jones. There's Diego. I believe there's
Diego Pacheco, the undefeated super middleweight prospect.
There's all of them. So Ota was with me going to the Worlds, and he's a close friend of mine. So seeing that all these young successful fighters are joining the stable, I feel proud to be able to join it with them, and show our talents out there.
Gotcha. Also, on the same thing, signed with Golden Boy Promotions, obviously one of the top promotional companies out there. Oscar De La Hoya, what's it mean to be with Golden Boy?
It means a lot to be a Golden Boy, because my whole life I dreamed of this moment. I kind of manifested it, and this is what I've been waiting for my whole career. As for when I was a little kid, so it feels really surreal. But
quick,
this is what we've been waiting for.
Quick question. Obviously, I've been on with you for a few interviews this week, and I learned that your cousin is the former UFC champion Max Holloway, and you guys are pretty close. You guys train with each other. I know there's videos out there where you two training. What's it like to have a guy like that, even though it's not boxing, but he's been through it? I mean, he's been through the journey, which you're starting on Saturday night, in terms of being a pro debuter at some point and taking his talents and taking his abilities all the way to become a world champion. How much of a a good sounding board or is that for you? I think we lost Asa again. I don't know if it's the situation going down in the bubble in Dallas, Texas. See, we'll try to get Asa back on. Asa, you there? There you are. I was asking about, what's it like? You're pretty close with your cousin Max Holloway, the former UFC champion. Just to be able to pick his brain about his journey from being a pro debuter to becoming a world champion, which is obviously your ultimate goal.
It has him being there and being my cousin and being around and accomplishing what he accomplished has a very big impact. It shows us that kids can do.
Must not have the greatest Wi-Fi down Dallas.
It inspires me. It inspires me.
Yeah, I hear it. We hear you. Inspires you a lot. We heard you.
Yeah, it inspires me to work harder. His work ethic, and I just learned a lot of things from him.
Last couple questions. What do you want to say to the fans out there who are going to see you for the first time, or people who have seen you throughout your amateur career? What do you want to say to the fans out there?
Everybody tune in. Don't miss it. I'm gonna put on a great show for all guys, and you guys can Instagram at asa.stevens, a.stevens.
You know what?
You can keep up with me.
You know what? That's always my last question. You must have seen some of my interviews before, haven't you? That's always my last question. My last question is always, give me the social media. So Asa.Stevens on Instagram,
Yes.
and we'll be following you. We'll be following you starting Saturday night. We thank you for a few minutes of your time, and we'll talk to you along the way, and hopefully this is the start of a long journey for you.
Yeah, appreciate you so much, man.